What is up, everybody? This is Rob the Vapor, and today we are reviewing the Mad Hatter RDA, which I got from Fastec for $10. So it comes in a little crappy box. I'm not even going to show you the box, but you get your grub screws, you get your cotton, you get your little Allen key that you need for the grub screws. But yeah, for the price, it's a fantastic RDA. The actual build quality is pretty good. There's a few flecks of paint missing, which I will show you guys when we go down close with the unit. Maybe I might do a build on this, or maybe I'll just show you guys how I wick it. I'll probably just show you guys how I wick it. But the Mad Hatter features a similar design to, say, a Freak Show, and there's a few little differences that it has over the Freak Show. One being the flippable top hat, because it's the Mad Hatter top hat, which is pretty slick, I think. I think it's a pretty cool looking little RDA, to be honest. And if you guys know my channel, you'll know that I'm not crazy about RDAs. I prefer RTAs, just because I like something that's easy to carry around and have your juice in on the go. But yeah, let's just give it another whirl here. Very good for clouds. I've got this at 0.2 ohms right now. I should have it at a higher wattage, but I don't have batteries for my big wattage mod at the minute, so we're only at 30 watts at 0.2 ohms, so quite minimal. But it has variable airflow. You can change around your airflow. The way that the airflow works, in case you're unfamiliar, is with, like, say, a Freak Show, is it comes in from beneath, up, hits the coils, and then it'll come out the top cap. So it's a under coil airflow, which is, in my opinion, I actually prefer that over, say, airflow on the side. One, because this lends to a more leak-proof design, which I want to speak a little bit about. By design, this unit is leak-proof, but the way you wick it and the way you drip it will affect whether it leaks or not. I will show you guys up close, but the coils actually sit over the airflow, which means that you have to have your wick coming back into the unit, into its juice wells, because this unit has two little juice wells for your coils. So you're going to want to have them in there, and when you drip, you're going to want to drip into the bottom as opposed to on the coil. So that takes a little bit of getting used to, but once you get that out of the way, you shouldn't have very many leaks, unless maybe, you know, you're out jogging or something. I don't know. But it's a great unit to build on. I found that the grub screws are nice. This is my first time using grub screws. I actually really like them. I think that's their name. I seen Iron Hammer call them grub screws. Shouts out to Iron Hammer, so I'm going to call these grub screws. So the juice well is super deep as well, which means that you don't have to drip very often. You can give her a good fill up and get quite a good few inhales. And overall, with the design of the unit, it doesn't get too hot because you have that nice heat fin top cap, which also leads me to the next point of you can't replace the top cap. So that might be, you know, you can't put a different drip tip on there or whatever. So that might be an issue for some people. But it's nice to be able to just flip your top cap and drip straight in. Very convenient, very nice and handy to use. So I enjoyed that. I think it's a very good RDA. In the future, I'd like to see more bottom airflow units coming out and seeing what they can do with them. I'm actually sure that there's probably ways they can even make these more leak-proof if they were to think about it and put their little Chinese heads together and come up with something interesting. But yeah, man, it's a great unit. It's one of my favourite RDAs. I'm not a big RDA guy, but you know, this Mad Hatter is definitely one that I will use regularly, even over something like a Sigreen X V3 or say like the Plume Veil. I actually prefer this unit. I just prefer the airflow. I think it's nicer. And I'm actually vaping some homemade stuff right now. It's a peanut butter banana blend I'm sort of working on. So yeah, very good unit. Produces a lot of clouds. It's not, I wouldn't say it's not a cloud chaser. It is very good for flavour. So keep that in mind. I find the flavour on it is very, very good and very enjoyable. As a cloud chaser, not so much. It's not wide open. The airflow is not wide open. But you will get good clouds, for sure. But just, you know, expect maybe more sort of tube-like airflow. So it's good. It is good. Flavour's good. For the price, you can't go wrong. I'll put a link to the Fast Tech thing down there. As always, guys, buy authentic if you can afford them. For me, I would love to buy authentic, but because I'm a review channel, I go through a lot of units. You know, I have to keep the cost down a little bit. I have to pay the bills, man. So yeah, this is the Mad Hatter RDA, guys. Let's take it in close, and I'll show you guys my build, and I'll also show you how to wick it correctly. So see you down low. Okay, Ohmies, this is the deck, and my coil's a bit janky, could have done better, but as you can see, it's got a copper center post, or brass. I think it's copper. It says copper on Fast Tech. Problem being, some people don't like copper because copper at high heats can produce lead. Personally, I like to test the lead. So yeah, no, it doesn't bother me too much. I would prefer a stainless steel version, and maybe even encourage you guys to hold out for a stainless steel version. But yeah, so you're wanting to center your coils. Now with this coil, which one is it? This guy, I got it right. This guy kind of was a little bit over, but you want to generally get them over the airflow, which is right underneath, as you can see there. And then in the inside of the unit, if we can get a good focus angle here, yeah. So on the inside, you can see that there's two little juice wells there, which are right here, down here, and down here. Those are your juice wells, guys. So when you wick this guy, you're going to want to have it so that it actually goes down into those two juice wells respectively. This will ensure that you don't have to, like, you know, drip, say, directly onto the coils. It will just drink it up from the juice well. And it is a generous juice well. I hate saying juice well, I've said it like 50 times now, but you get what I mean. You're going to want to put it, like, let's see if we can get it down here now. I hate doing this on camera. See if we can get our cotton in. Now this is for illustrative purposes, really. I'm doing this one-handed, so, you know, bear with me. But you're going to want to get your cotton in like that. See if we can get it in. My coils are kind of juicy, and I'm probably using too much. But don't be shy with the amount of cotton you use, guys, because like I said, it's quite a deep juice well, and you've got fairly generous holes to put that cotton into. This might be a little bit long. Let's just see first how it performs. Let's just get that guy in. No, it's actually fine. So on one side there, we've got a little bit too much cotton, but tuck her down into the juice well because it's quite deep. You just get it down in there like that. And yeah, that will drink up. That's the way I had it wicked before, and it will work perfectly. So you're wanting to keep that wicking actually right down into the well. If you guys can see that. Now there's actually one bit here. Let's adjust that. Yeah. So there you go. That's all in the juice well. Come on, little Logitech, focus. You know you want to. I'm here. Okay, never mind. Let's go to autofocus. Oh no, we're okay. So yeah, basically keep it all down in the well. You can see on the other side where there's no cotton. That's, you know, the part that you want to put it down into. It's kind of hard to show it on camera, but it's that little lipped area. So once you keep the cotton down in there, you're golden. And then when you're dripping, you're going to want to drip either, you know, right beside the center post. It will fall into the channels naturally, or on the cotton directly and just let it run down. But yeah, guys, that's about it for the unit. Let's take a look at the whole thing actually off the mod, and I can show you guys how it looks, how the paint finishes, and blah 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 blah, etc, etc. Now bear with me 1 second there, I'm just drying off the Mad Hatter. I actually have it down, catching some dryness. Right, oh, so there we go. This is the Mad Hatter. I really like the decal and the graphic on it. I think it's pretty cool. there is your airflow. As usual, I'm covered in juice, guys. So as you can see, the airflow on both sides is quite generous, and that goes then up through the coil. And you can spin your sidewall here, whatever you want to call it, to change the airflow a little bit. You can close it off halfway, whatever you like, and it still works pretty well while doing that. So then here's your top cap, like that, and then that's how it looks when you want to drip into it. Let's see if my camera will go into focus. Probably not, but yeah, that's basically how it looks. Let's get this done. Now, there we go. So yeah, basically that's what you're looking at when you're dripping in there. As you can see, there's quite a lot of room. With a snub nose type bottle, you might have issues, but if you have a needle tip, then you're fine. And very good for no leaking, which might sound weird because the whole unit is covered in juice now, but that's just because my hands are juicy. For some reason, it has this odd little triangle thing. I don't know what that is. And there's a few flecks of paint missing here, but overall it's a fairly consistent paint job. Looks good and looks nice for a little $10 unit. Bear in mind when you're ordering from Fastech, you know, you're going to be waiting a while. So yeah, so that's been it, guys. This is the Mad Hatter RDA. I bought mine from Fastech. Hope you enjoyed this video. I've been Rob the Vapor. Haters catch the vapors. Peace out, bitches.